My God, this place is a mess. Sorry, the camera. This LUMIX camera, the S1 Mark II, finally feels like, well, do I even need to say it? It's kind of in the title. So, if you don't know me, my name's Dustin, your video tour guide, and remember to keep your arms and legs inside your chairs at all times. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. By the way, some disclosures, LUMIX did send me to their event in Texas in order for me to get my hands on the LUMIX S1 Mark II early. They didn't pay me, they don't influence my thoughts and opinions on their cameras and their gear. I just like their cameras. I sell a course on LUMIX cameras, shameless plug, link in the description. Like, at this point, I'm just sort of biased towards their cameras. I'm going to be, because of all those reasons. So get over it. This camera's sick. I'm just gonna let the editing do the talking. Roll the thing. I'm gonna clean up while I tell you about some of my favorite things on the LUMIX S1 Mark II. And there is a lot that this camera has to offer. Like, some of the things that are offered on this camera, not even like high-end cinema cameras have these features. First things first, you can get to shooting with this camera faster than ever. If you own any of the previous S-series cameras, you can save your settings from that camera and import it to this one. Do I have to state the obvious? Obviously, if you're transferring a setting that isn't available on the other camera into this camera, it's not gonna appear. You can't magically transport 8K internally into this camera, you dummy. But most everything will. Next, recording modes. And trust me, there is a lot of them, like literally 19 pages worth of recording modes. But I want to talk about 3 in particular that you actually saw in the B-roll sequence at the beginning that we haven't seen really on previous LUMIX cameras, and they are quite exciting. One in particular is very, very exciting, trust me. By the way, this is a partially stacked 24 megapixel 6K sensor, so if you're worried about rolling shutter, not a problem, at least for me. Speaking of which, overheating. I didn't have any problems with my overheating tests except for when I started shooting in higher frame rates for long periods of time, but that's not a problem for me either. I shot multiple events with both the S1II and the S1R2 where I was shooting for long periods of time and neither overheated. Those were in more controlled temperature environments, but I mean, I was also in Texas. Like, look at all the sweat on me. Like, dripping so humid and hot, but I had zero problems with the S1 Mark II. moving on to something else that's new, and that is 15 stops of dynamic range with dynamic range boost. Now that intro sequence, you better fucking subscribe for that intro sequence, because I came out here expecting there to be not a lot of wind, but there was. And I almost did not shoot my intro sequence that I was going to do because of that, but I was like, it's gonna look so good, you know, for the intro. But now I've probably got sand in every single crevice of my gear. So if you're worried about this camera not being able to handle, you know, dust, moisture, sand, well, maybe this will prove that it does. I probably even have sand up in my ball sack too, so hit the subscribe button. Anyways, back to dynamic range boost. Look at this, there's sand everywhere. It will limit you to normal frame rates like 24 and 30 FPS, and it'll also introduce, you know, significantly more rolling shutter. It'll also change the base native ISOs from 640 and 5000 to 1000 and 8000 when you turn on dynamic range boost. So, timecode, anybody? Yeah, that's right. This camera now supports timecode, but it works a little bit differently than probably what you're used to. Essentially, you need to use a device like this, the Atomos UltraSync Blue. So it's Bluetooth timecode for camera, audio, apps over Bluetooth. I already said it. So I guess you could say that it's slightly a disadvantage because, you know, you have to use devices that are compatible with this thing. But hey, we got timecode now. If you want flexibility though, it's a really big deal, at least once there's support for it. So this camera will be able to shoot BRAW in 6K OpenGate and will be one of the first to also be able to shoot 5.8K BRAW at 60 FPS. No crop. And there's more. You'll also be able to shoot proxies into the internal part of the camera as well. So RAW over HDMI plus proxies to the SD card. Now, speaking of shooting internally, all of this footage that you've shot throughout your day, you're gonna be able to plug in an SSD or insert an SD card, and you can copy the footage to those storage devices from camera without the need of a computer. So think about it, you can transfer all of your footage directly onto an SSD hard drive, plug that directly into your computer, you're ready to edit, basically. Like if you're remote, that's huge to not have to bring a computer with you. But there's another feature I think you live streamers are gonna like. The S1 Mark II now supports UVC, which means you can plug in your camera via a USB-C cable to your computer, and it charges the camera and acts as a webcam. This is my live streaming setup, at least when I'm just doing chatting streams, so pop in sometime for some fun. Now, as great as this camera is at video, it's totally a hybrid camera as well, just so you know. There's even a new file format called HEIF, H-E-I-F. I don't know, I'm a videographer, not a photographer, so I don't really know, but it's basically just a more compressed file format than JPEG. And this camera can do 10 frames per second with the mechanical shutter blackout free, and I think 70 frames per second with electronic shutter. I'm sure there's some nuance to that, so just keep that in mind. And of course, everything that you've grown to love about previous Lumix cameras, at least the newer S-series ones, is in here. You've got ProRes RAW internally, hybrid zoom, cropless IBIS, proxy recording, live view composite, bracketing, anamorphic IBIS, even anamorphic E stabilization like is new on the S1R2 that a lot of people didn't actually talk about, but I got you. I could literally spend hours talking about all the settings and features that are on this camera. Another shameless plug, you should check out my online course where I actually do have hours of content talking about the settings and the features on the S5II, S5IIX, S9, and a lot of the things that are in there already talk about the features that are on this camera. But one of the benefits of buying my course is that you get lifetime access to future updates tutorials and videos. So there's going to be a section on the S1R Mark II and the S1 Mark II. So you will be getting access to the S1II and the S1R Mark II sections, GH7 I guess as well, once those launch. To wrap up this video, I'm not going to lie, the S1R2 really did feel like an upgrade for us LUMIX users, but I didn't really feel like it felt like an upgrade to us S1H users. Like, I already know there's gonna be some whiners in the comments like, yeah, where's the S1H Mark II? Guys, I'm one of those whiners too, okay? I'm with you. Where is the S1H Mark II? But do we even need it now that this camera exists? Sure, it's not in a cinema body, but like, this is everything that I could have dreamed of and more in a LUMIX camera. So like, what else do you even need? I think I would be doing a disservice to be that picky about this camera. It does cost $3,200. It's maybe a bit more steep, but guys, those who are gonna whine about the price, stay there. All of you S1H owners, okay? See the camera? This camera, when I first bought it, it was $4 grand. This camera is $3,200. So you're getting a quite dramatic upgrade from the S1H in my opinion. And sure, it's smaller. There's gonna be whiners about that too. But this is a huge upgrade from this camera and it's $800 cheaper. Maybe call me a little too optimistic and positive, but like, let's be real here. 90% of the things that I'll be shooting are probably gonna be on this camera. Even if an S1H Mark II exists in some kind of cinema body, for what I do, I don't really need that cinema body. It just looks cool. Internal NDs, sure, I can see the value in that even for myself, but I just can't believe what these cameras are really becoming. We're spoiled. Oh, I actually feel so much better now that everything is clean. And now that everything is clean and the camera is here, the LUMIX S1 Mark II, it kind of feels like a new age has begun on this channel, even just in the LUMIX community in general. It's exciting, but what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. I am curious. I know this was kind of just more of like a overview of kind of my favorite things, but I know there's tons of videos out there that you can watch, so I'm curious what you guys are thinking. And I'll have affiliate links down in the description. Those do help support the channel and videos like these, so if you use those, thank you. But you can always support me just by hitting the subscribe button and the bell button to be notified of future uploads. Till the next video though, happy filming.
I didn't know Dustin filmed on a Sony.
Whoa.
That's interesting.
Back in the day. God, I hope that intro looks sick, but man, it's windy and just terrible. Ooh, you're doing CinemaScope, huh?
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
CinemaScope.
CinemaScope, I like it. 241.
Look at this. There's sand all over my gimbal. I didn't even bring my gimbal out there and there's sand all over it.
Happy birthday to you.